Alright, hello, everybody. That's not the right one. Is this the right one? No, I don't think so. Oh no, I think it is. Okay, hang on. The Sonic stream messed up my overlay a little bit. Let's see. That looks even, I think. No, needs a little bit more on the bottom. Okay, there. I think we're good. Anyways, yes, hello everybody. How are we doing tonight? So, we are getting into day 7 of Heaven's Feel. We have a very iconic scene coming today. The classic MAPO TOFU scene. And some other stuff going on. I think that's the biggest thing that's happening today. So, let's go ahead and get into it. When I wake up, my body has fully recovered. My temperature is normal and my limbs don't feel heavy at all.
6時前か。さくら、起きてるかな?
If she is, she'll probably be preparing breakfast. I'd better get ready quickly and head to the kitchen, or Sakura will finish it herself.
サイバー、先に行ってるぞ。しばらくしたら今に来てくれ。
I don't have the guts to look inside her room, so I retreat after calling out to her. It'll be troublesome if I see Saber sleeping.
それでね、おじいちゃん倒れちゃってさ。わしが寝込んどるんだから少しは落ち着こうと思わんのかドラ娘なんて言うのよ。失礼しちゃうわよね。それじゃあ私がはぐれ雲みたいに聞こえるじゃない。
Fujine complains while eating. It seems Fujine didn't come over last night because her grandfather collapsed.
先輩、はぐれ雲って何ですか？
藤姉のこと。ふわふわ浮いてて正体がつかめないやつを指す。
I answer without hesitation.
違う。はぐれ雲は遊び人。日がない一日、何をするでもなく町の人たちを冷やかして面白おかしく暮らす人のことを言うのよ。
Sakura and Saber nod in comprehension. I do not even need to mention which part they agree on.
けど先生、それじゃあお父さんの体、芳しくないんですか？
まさか。うちの家系は風邪とかひかないって有名なんだから。おじいちゃんはね、年がいもなく若い子と相撲をして腰やっちゃったの。
相撲とは何ですか、タイガ？
ちょっと言葉で説明するのは難しいな。とにかく押す、引かば押す、押せば押すっていう格闘技よ。武器なしなんだけど、げんこつはダメ、蹴るのもダメ。基本的に相手の体とがっしり組み合ってドリャーって地面に叩き伏せれば勝ちなんだ。
それは純粋な力比べということでしょうか？
Oh no.
そうね。あと服もなし。自分も相手もほとんど裸でぶつかり合うんだよ。
裸でですか？
回しをつけてるから急所は隠してるけど、回しっていうのはふんどしのことね。わからなかったらシローに聞いてみて。私より詳しいから。
Fujine says something absurd as she sips on her miso soup.
なるほど。で、シロ、 ふんどしとは何ですか？
It's easy to explain, but I'm a bit hesitant to talk about it. I'm talking to Saber, and we're eating right now. Why do I have to talk about loincloths during a meal?
知らない。相撲は専門外だから他を当たってくれ。
嘘だー。シロ回し持ってるくせに。
持ってるかそんなもん。相撲は藤姉のじいさんにやらされただけで、回しだって借り物だっただろう。大体な、何年前の話してんだよ藤姉は。
そっかそうだ。シロ子供の頃はちっちゃかったから相撲は負け続きだったんだもんね。おじい様が違う競技にしなさいって言って勝つまでやめたがらないシロに弓も出せたんだっけ。
The story of how Shiro got into archery. Fujine is laughing cheerfully. Man, Fujine is in high spirits this morning, so she's louder than usual.
ああ藤姉、時間そろそろやばいぞ。7時前にはここを出ないと遅刻じゃないのか。
今日は大丈夫。昨日から朝の部活は禁止されたから。ま、それでも今日は職員会議があるから早めに出ないとまずいんだけど。
先生、弓道部も朝練中止なんですか？
そうだよ。ってそっか、さくらちゃんには連絡行ってなかったか。昨日ちょっとした事故があってね。陸上部の子なんだけど部活中に怪我しちゃって、保健の笠間先生に言わせれば寝不足だとかで朝練はしばらく中止になったのよ。
けど怪我人が一人出ただけで中止にするもんなのか？それも寝不足だって。
It's their own fault. Unless...
藤姉、その怪我人って何人出たんだ
？10人以上20人未満かな。
そんなになんですか？先生、弓道部のみんなは。
それがね、うちには出てないけど昨日の部活でも疲れた顔の子が何人かいたのよ。ほら最近いろいろと物騒じゃない？そのあたりの精神的な疲れも無視できないから、できるだけ生徒には負担をかけない方針でいくみたい。部活が負担になるってわけじゃないけど、肉体的に疲労するのは否定できないしね。
Fujine shrugs and holds out her bowl.
さくらちゃん、おかわり。ご飯半分でお願いね。
はい、どうぞ。今朝は小食ですね、先生。
そうなのよ。学校行っても仕事が溜まってるのかと思うと胃が痛くて食欲がないんだよ。
No appetite, she says, while asking for seconds. Fujine pretends to cry. It seems the tiger at my house wants us to believe that 2.5 bowls of rice isn't her normal serving.
そういうさくらちゃんは元気だよね。ご飯大盛りで2杯目だもん。
育ち盛りですから。最近はすぐお腹減っちゃうし、多少無理でも食べておかないと大変です。
Sakura puffs up with pride. Well, I don't know about that being part of the growing thing, but maybe all the gluttons around her are influencing her.
なるほど。さくらには弓使いとしては腕力が足りません。栄養を取るのはいいことです。
Saber nods as she keeps eating. Is it just me, or is she missing the original topic? It's past 7 o'clock. Hello, Alcades! Welcome, welcome! It is morning where you are? It is 9 p.m. here. It is 9 at night here. Welcome, welcome. Fujine left for school and we're cleaning now. Sakura has time as well, so we relax and do the dishes. With the two of us, it doesn't take long. I was keeping an eye on Sakura because of her health, but she really seems okay now. It looks like her fever's gone, and she's full of energy.
先輩、 少しお話があるんですけど、お時間よろしいでしょうか。
Then, Sakura stammers out a question, looking as nervous as if she were breaking into somebody's house.
よろしいよ。時間まだ余裕あるし。
そのですね、お弁当をですね、作ってみたんですけど。
She looks down as she hands me a lunchbox. It's not my usual lunchbox, and it seems Sakura prepared it for me. It has a cute shape, and it's wrapped in vivid colors. The taste is guaranteed if Sakura made it, and I appreciate the fact that someone made lunch for me.
さっき。だって、もしかしてさくら、朝早くから弁当作ってくれてたのか？
Sakura was done with cooking breakfast when I came to the living room this morning. I admired how early she got up, but it seems she actually woke up earlier than I thought.
早くに目が覚めちゃって、やることもないからお弁当作ろうかなって。それでご相談があるんですけど。
なんだよ改まって。相談ってよっぽどのことか？
いえ、そんなことないです。ないんですけど。そうだ、先輩ってあんまりお弁当作りませんよね。お料理好きなのにどうしてなのかなって。
さくら、俺別に料理好きってわけじゃないんだが。
That's bull. I don't know about a guy's hobby being cooking, so I wish she'd keep it as something I can do. Shiro. Bestie. Okay, I know this didn't exist at the time, but Shiro. Now, there is an entire anime just about you cooking. Oh wait, we're talking about why I don't make my own lunch.
それがな、俺だって弁当のが安上がりだって分かってるけど、持っていくとクラスの男どもがたかってくるんだよ。結果、気がつくとおかずが半分になってるんだ。
Oh, I just noticed my on-screen chat boxes aren't working. Ah! Stream elements, why? Sakura nods in satisfaction. To be accurate, it's the girls that take most of my lunch, but I don't say that because it's too pathetic.
うん。そういうわけなんで、生徒会室が使える日しか弁当は作らないんだ。あそこなら、一星と二人で食べられるだろ。
先輩、それなら弓道場で昼食をとるのはどうでしょう。お昼なら道場も空いてますし、お茶も入れられますし、誰もいないから静かだし。
Oh, that's a good idea. The archery range isn't locked, and the club members rarely go there during lunchtime. Mitsuzuri might be there, but she's not so cruel as to eat someone else's lunch.
うん、そうだな。それもありかな。
そうです。そういうのももちろんありです、先輩。
けど、部外者が入るってのもなんだな。一応、三つ釣りに許可もらっておかないとダメだろう。
そんなの大丈夫です。弓道場は学校の建物なんですから、部活動以外は生徒の自由で OK なのではないでしょうか。
Sakura presses her point.
そうだな。迷惑でなければいいかもな。
I nod to myself. Then, I don't know why, but Sakura is making a victory pose with a big smile. Maybe some of Fujine's energy transferred to Sakura. We walk up the hill. There are more students around us than usual. It must be because there's no morning practice today.
時間はまだまだ大丈夫ですね。こんなゆっくりした朝は久しぶりです。
Sakura is walking happily beside me. I don't know why, but she's in a good mood.
俺はいつも通りなんだけど、まあさくらと一緒に登校するのは珍しいか。
弓道部の朝練は休みなしですから。
そうだけど朝練は自由参加だろ。大抵のやつは2日に一遍ぐらいの割合なんだから、さくらだって休めばいいのに。
それじゃ先輩、私が休んだら一緒に学校に行ってくれますか？
I will be right back. Just give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Had to feed the cat.
そんなの当たり前だろ。同じところに行くんだから、さくらが嫌がっても一緒になる。
それじゃあやっぱり無理でした。私下手だから一日でも休むと腕が下がっちゃいます。
Sakura sticks her tongue out at herself.
そんなもんかな。あんまり比べるのも足だけど、さくらの腕は1年じゃダントツだぞ。形もなってるから1日2日間を置いても問題ないはずなんだが。
いいえ、私はまだ未熟です。今だって気を緩めると邪念が入るし、的が見えないなんてしょっちゅうだし、根が怠け者だから毎日びっしりやってないとずるずるダメになっちゃうたちなんです。
If that's how she feels, who am I to disagree? I part with Sakura. My class is on the 3rd floor, and hers is on the 4th.
それじゃあ先輩、また後で。
なあ、授業中居眠りしたりするなよ。人間腹いっぱいだと眠くなるからな。
それなら心配無用です。もうとっくにお腹8分目になってますから。
Sakura goes up the stairs. I wave goodbye to her and head to my classroom. It's lunchtime. Shinji is absent, and so is Issei. It seems Issei is being treated at the hospital after the incident at the Ryudo Temple. Now that I look around, I see that there are more people absent. But the number of absentees shouldn't get any higher, at least. The servant that was sucking the life force out of people in this town has been eliminated. There should be no more unexplained comas.
そうだな。キャスターの被害に遭った人たちもすぐに元気になって戻ってくる。
I pull myself together. There are 4 masters remaining. 2 if you don't count Tosaka and Ilya. I can't let my guard down until I know what kind of people they are. We speak out in unison. I bump into Tosaka the instant I go out into the hallway.
ちょっとあって何よあって人の顔を見るなり失礼なんじゃない？それとも何か私に後ろめたいことでもあるのかしらね、エミヤ君は。
驚いたのはそっちもだろ。それに昨日の電話一体何なんだよ。来るなって言ったり来いって言ったり、ずいぶん勝手じゃないか遠坂。
昨日のは特例よ。竜道寺のマスターが消えた後、あなたが学校を休んでれば何かあったって思うでしょ。竜道寺の件を教えたのは私なんだから、エミヤ君に何かあったら困るじゃない。
I'm surprised. Did Tosaka feel responsible because she told me about it?
そっか。サンキュー遠坂。心配してくれてたんだな。
そんなことないわよ。私はただ情報提供者として事の顛末が知りたいだけなんだから。
それなら昨日電話で言っただろ。キャスターとそのマスターは倒した。竜道寺にはもう何もないぞ。
Huh? Tosaka looks serious all of a sudden.
なんだよ遠坂。俺なんかおかしなこと言ったか。
エミヤ君を信じてないわけじゃないけど、もう一度だけ確認するわ。あなた本当にキャスターを倒したの？
いくら俺でも勝敗ぐらいわかる。セイバーは完全にキャスターを消滅させた。キャスターのマスターだってもう。
He was already dead when we got there.
分かったわ。ならそのことで話があるの。ちょっと屋上まで付き合って。
キャスターが消えてない？
ええ、エミヤ君がキャスターを倒したのが2日前でしょ。なのに昨日も例の昏睡事件は起きた。それも魔力を奪われた人たちは今までより重い衰弱状態にあったわ。
そんなバカな。俺たちは確かに。
分かってる。あなたが嘘を言うわけないし、勘違いしてるとも思えない。けど実際に私とアーチャーはキャスターらしき影を見たのよ。昨日の夜被害のあった現場に駆けつけた時にね。
そうか。じゃあ本当にキャスターは生きていて、まだ街中から魔力を集めてるっていうのか。
断言できないけどそういうことね。けど竜道寺の雰囲気が変わったってことだけはわかる。あなたたちはキャスターを倒した。けどキャスターは未だ存在する。今確かなのはそれだけよ。
This explains why she feels different from yesterday. Tosaka is probably getting doubts about this war. A servant disappears if its master is defeated. A servant cannot avoid death in this world if it is completely defeated. But Castor still exists, in spite of taking both these penalties. She is a violation that completely overthrows the fundamentals of the Holy Grail War.
そうか。で、遠坂はどう思ってるんだ？
私？
ああ、おかしいって思ってるんだろ。お前が聖杯戦争を降りるとは思えない。けど今は聖杯の奪い合いよりキャスターのことをはっきりさせたいんじゃないのか。他のマスターとの戦いは後回しにしてでもさ。
エミヤ君の思ってる通りよ。今回の聖杯戦争はどうもきな臭いわ。父さんに聞いていたものとは違う気がするのよね。なんていうか私たちの知らないところで違うことが行われてる気がするの。
Oh, Rin, I don't know how to tell you this, but the war your dad participated in wasn't exactly a normal one either. Different, huh? I don't have the liberty to think about such a thing because the Holy Grail War itself is beyond me. But if a legitimate master like Tosaka feels that way, it must be true.
じゃあ遠坂はその
ええ、自分で納得がいくまで聖杯戦争のルールには従わない。誰かに利用されるのは仕方ないけど、利用された自分が誰にどんな危害を加えるのかわからないのは気に食わない。そういうの嫌でしょ。だからはっきりさせるまで他のマスターといがみ合うのはやめるつもり。
She declares her stance. Tosuka's eyes show her determination, and it seems to be asking for my stance.
そうか。それは休戦宣言ってことでいいのかな。
エミヤ君が受けてくれるならね。この件が片付くまであなたが私と敵対しないのなら、私も危害は加えないわ。
Tosuka asks me silently with her eyes. She doesn't even need to ask.
それはこっちのセリフだよ。遠坂が手を出してこない限り、俺も遠坂とは戦わない。それにもし戦う時が来たとしても、それは正々堂々とだ。その時が来るまでは。
I want to cooperate with Tosuka.
決まりね。分かってたけど、いい返事がもらえて嬉しいわ。
And this is why I consider Rin the deuteragonist of Fate Stay Night. Because she is here with a major role right next to Shiro in all 3 routes. She works with him in all 3 routes. And as we're going to find out soonish, not in this stream, but next stream, I think? Yeah. That is not the case for the other main girls. Tosuka holds out her right hand. I realize that she's wanting to shake hands, and
ああ、よろしく遠坂。
I try to suppress my face from turning red as I shake her hand.
よし、契約成立ね。少しの間だろうけど、よろしく頼むわ、エミヤ君。
Tosuka firmly shakes my hand. Her hand is soft, much more delicate than mine. Shiro. I'm an idiot. What the hell am I thinking at a time like this?
どうしたのエミヤ君、急に汗かいたりして。なんか心拍数も上がってるけど。
いや、なんでもない。ただの風邪だ。飯食えば治る。飯食えば治るんで、そろそろ昼飯にしよう。
I quickly let go of Tosuka's hand. Then, Tosuka's expression turns wicked.
ははー、この前相談された時にもしかしてって思ったけど、やっぱりそうなんだ。慣れてるような印象だけど、本当はそうでもなかったわけね。意外っていうか、イメージ通りっていうか。ふーん、ふーん、ふーん。
Tosuka Rin stares at me from head to toe.
なんだよ。言いたいことあんならはっきり言えよな。黙ってるのは良くないんだぞ。
別にエミヤ君のことが少し分かっただけだから気にしないで。は、口にするつもりないから怯えなくていいわよ。
怯えてなんかない。言いたきゃ勝手に言えばいいだろ。
あら、言っていいの？
She grins. Man, how can such an evil smile exist in this world?
言う
何？小さくて聞こえないんだけど。
な。すまん。口にしないでくれ。言われたらひどくショックを受けそうだ。特にお前の口から聞かされると2倍や3倍じゃ済まない気がする。
そうなら黙ってあげてもいいけど。
Tosuka withdraws with an expression of victory. And the instant I regain my peace of mind,
エミヤ君、好きな子のリコーダーが気になるタイプでしょ。
って言ってんじゃねえかこの悪魔。
she can't resist
だからね、
the urge to tease
人
him.
間ってのは本当のことを言われると怒ると思うのよ。
Tosuka ponders as she eats my lunch. She came to the rooftop empty-handed. which of course meant that she didn't have her lunch. Then it was only natural for her to target mine.
いいから食べろ。たく、弁当持ってないくせにさ、どうして箸だけは完備してんだよ。お前、箸いつも持ち歩いてんのか？
これは教室を出るときに持ってきただけよ。エミヤくん、この前もお昼ご飯持ってたから今日も分けてもらえばいいかなって。で、もしお弁当だった時を考えて事前に箸を用意したんだけど。
あのさ、その用意周到さはどこか論点がずれてると思うんだが。
Bring some food before you bring chopsticks.
細かいことは気にしない気にしない。エミヤくんだって2人分のお弁当を持ってきてたんだから結果オーライじゃない。
No, this isn't 2 people's worth of food. It's just that Sakura made too much.
まあいいか。俺一人じゃ食い切れなかったのも確かだしな。ま、父さんがさっきから野菜ばっかり食うなよな。肉も食え、肉も。俺ばっかり肉食ってたら胃にもたれるだろ
う。その唐揚げ味付け甘いから苦手なのよ。だいたい女の子にお肉なんか勧めないでよね。ちゃんと自分で分量測ってるんだから食べないってことはストップサインなの。
嘘つけ。お前焼肉で遠慮しないタイプだろ。もう絶対そう。俺がちまちま塩辛つまんでる時にわんこそばを食すがごときに霜降りカルビを食べるんだ。その量、その勢いたるや、俺の財布の中身などお構いなしで、むしろ破産させる気に違いない。そしてひとしきり満足した後にはこう言うんだ。今回は手加減してあげたわ。
I try to get back at her for what she said earlier.
言うじゃないエミヤくん。あながち否定できないところが恐ろしいわ。
No. You're the scary one, Tosaka.
けどお菓子のお弁当よね。量はすっごく多いのに盛り付けとかラッピングとか女の子っぽいじゃない？エミヤくん、もしかして料理好き？
What a coincidence. I think I heard the same exact thing this morning.
まあ嫌いじゃないけど、今日の弁当は俺じゃなくてさくらが作ってくれたもんだ。ああ、さくらっていうのは父さか。どうした？砂糖の塊でも噛んだか？
あっちゃー、やっちゃったか。
Tosaka sighs and puts away her chopsticks.
ごちそうさま。あとはエミヤくん一人で食べて。
Tosaka gets away awkwardly. Well, it's fine if she's full already. Shiro, you oblivious. I was nervous eating lunch next to Tosaka. Now I can enjoy a little peace of mind. Shiro, you dense motherfucker. I head back to my classroom. It's a few minutes before 5th period starts, and the hallway is filled with students going back to their classrooms. In contrast, the stairs are quiet and empty. Not many students go to a different floor to eat. There, I bump into Sakura. She looks away awkwardly as soon as she sees us. What could be wrong with her, Shiro? Shiro! She was so energetic this morning, but she looks depressed now.
Sakura!
I call out to her, but before I can say anything else...
ごめんさくら、間が悪かったわ。
Tosaka steps forward.
いえ、間が悪いなんてことはないです。先輩と遠坂先輩が一緒にいても、私は別に。
だから違うんだって。ちょっとね、用があって私からエミヤくんを呼びつけたの。ついでに言うと、エミヤくんもあなたとの約束をすっぽかしたわけじゃないわ。こいつ、単に分かってなかっただけだから。
なんだよそれ。さくらとの約束って別に何かあったわけじゃん。
バカ。お弁当を作ったってことはあんたと一緒に食べたいってことじゃない。さくらが怒るのも当たり前よ。
Hold on. We never made any promise to eat together.
先輩、そ
Shiro.
れなら弓道場で昼食をとるのはどうでしょう。お昼なら道場も空いてますし、お茶も入れられますし、誰もいないから静かだし。
And when I look, I see that Sakura's lunch is untouched. That's right. What was I thinking? Tosuka's absolutely right to call me an idiot. Baka Shiro, indeed.
ごめんさくら、俺間抜けにも程がある。
いえ、いいんです先輩。だってほら、ちゃんと約束したわけじゃないし、私もそうなったらいいなって思っただけで。
よくない。行くぞさくら、今からでも間に合う。道場で手っ取り早く済ませれば。
I grab Sakura's hand and start running. But
間に合うわけないでしょ。あと3分で何ができるっていうのよ。
Tosuka's calm analysis stops me. I panicked because I felt guilty for breaking the promise, but Tosuka is 100% right. Skip class. Skip class.
いいんです先輩。遠坂先輩の言う通り、
Skip
教室に
class.
戻らないとダメですよ。
けどさくら、
いいえ、気にしないでください。私、今ので十分嬉しかったです。ありがとうございました。
I don't know what to say when she makes a face like that.
それじゃあ、失礼しますね。先輩たちも早く戻らないと遅刻しちゃいますよ。
Sakura goes up the stairs with her lunch in her hand.
じゃあ私も行くけど、学校が終わったらすぐに商店街にある中華飯店に行っておいて。そこで待ってるから。
Then, Tosuka leaves a strange message before she leaves for her classroom. Good going, Shiro. 5th period ends and the room empties out quickly. It's not even 2 o'clock yet.
気は進まないけど遠坂に言われたしな。
There's nothing I can do here, so I guess I'll go to the shopping district. Chat. It's time. There's only one Chinese restaurant in the shopping district. Hold on. Koshu Ensaikan. Koshu Ensaikan. Taizan. It's an ominous dungeon in the shopping district with no windows to show you what's inside. Most first-time customers run away after seeing the place. The manager, a favorite of the neighborhood association, is a strange little Chinese man nicknamed Small Manager. Batsu-san has a tendency to fill every dish with red pepper. In other words, the food's hot. Really hot. Imagine being stabbed in the tongue and then having salt rubbed into it, and you'll be on the right track. This restaurant's infernal seasonings have given me a general distaste for Chinese food. It doesn't help that the manager keeps adding aru to the end of every sentence. And now I'm entering this terrible dungeon willingly. The manager will bring me a menu as soon as he sees me. That'll be the end of it. At the very least, I'll have to order something that uses sweet vinegar. It'll turn out horrible if I order something like twice-cooked pork, and MAPO tofu is out of the question. That stuff is dangerous. It'll melt my tongue. I hear the judge of hell pulls out your tongue, so such awful food could easily come from there. Oh, that's so funny. The manager traveled abroad to train his cooking arts, so maybe he trained with the devils. This shop has Benny Enma's seal of approval, confirmed. It's almost 2:30. I promised to be here right after school, so I can't hesitate any longer.
よし、行くぞ。
I don't know why I have to get pumped to go into a restaurant, but here it's necessary. I'm not sure what Tosuka was thinking when she said we should meet here, but I'm sure she's regretting it now. Oh, honey, she is not the one you're meeting here. Wait.
Hmm? 来たかエミヤ。時間があったのでな。先に食事を進めていた。
The priest is eating MAPO tofu. I'm speechless. Why is Kotomine here? Why is he eating MAPO tofu that looks like a boiling pot? And why is he eating it so fast? He's sweating, but he never stops for a drink, spiritedly moving his hands as if they will never move again if he stops. Actually, is he just being stubborn? He's eating it way too fast. Or is it that good? It looks as if the spicy oil and red pepper were cooked together for 100 years just to be used in that dish. Then this is bad. This restaurant and Kotomine are both bad. That food has dangerous amounts of spice. It can't be explained any other way.
どうした？立っていては話にならんだろう。座ったらどうだ？
The priest talks as he keeps eating. I take caution as I sit across from him. Well, I'm not too sure what I'm on guard against. I watch his movements. Amazing. He only has about 2 more mouthfuls left. I watch in amazement when Kotomine suddenly stops eating. Our eyes meet. Kotomine watches me with his usual oppressive eyes, and...
食うか。
I reply with all my might. The priest frowns a bit as he finishes the MAPO tofu. Huh? Did my reply disappoint him? The only one waiting for me is Kotomine. It seems he asked Tosuka to invite me here. So, fun story. One time, a few years ago, I was at a local anime convention, and there had been a panel that was all about Fate. So I had gone to it because of course I did. And after the panel, a bunch of people were just like congregating outside. And there was a Kirei cosplayer who was handing out little pictures of MAPO tofu to everybody. And I still have it. I still have that little MAPO tofu picture.
で、一体何の用だよ。あんたが自分から出向くなんて珍しいんじゃないのか？
何？お前がすでに2体のサーバントを倒したと聞いてな。大したものだとねぎらいに来たのだ。
He's lying. Even if it is true, he should have picked a better restaurant.
そうかよ。悪いが、そういうのは気持ちだけで結構だ。別にあんたのために戦ってるわけじゃない。褒められる言われはない。
つまらぬ世辞は余計だったか。では、望み通り本題に入るとしよう。リンからキャスターが生きているという話は聞いたな。
ああ、キャスターはまだ限界していて、町の人間から魔力を集めてるって言うんだろう。
そうだ。その件と関係があるかは分からんが、お前がキャスターを倒した夜、竜道寺にはもう一体サーバントがいてな。風貌、戦闘スタイルから言ってアサシンだと思われるが、断言はできない。
アサシン？キャスターの他にもアサシンが竜道寺にいたっていうのか？でもセイバーは
感知できなかったのだろう。アサシンはそう強力な英霊ではないが、 特性として気配の遮断がある。隠密はアサシンの得意分野だからな。いかなセーバーとてアサシンが完全に引きこもってしまえば見つけようがないだろう。
Then that means Assassin was at the Ryudo Temple on the night we defeated Castor. Was he hiding near us, trying to find an opening to attack?
それは分かった。けど、なんだって俺にそんなことを教えるんだ。一人のマスターに肩入れはしないんじゃないのか、あんたは。
何？これは情報交換に過ぎる。私の知ることはそれだけだ。その代価として、ここ数日お前が体験した出来事を教えろ。前回とは違うものが動いている気がしてならんのだ。教えたくないのならそれでも構わん。今のは忠告として聞いたと思えばいい。
そんなことするか。教えてもらったからには代償ぐらい払う。一方的に話されたことだけど必要なことだったからな。
相変わらず義理がたいことだな、エミヤシロ。
The priest smiles in satisfaction. It seems he knows every move I'm going to make. But I'm not going to fall for his tricks that easily.
話はする。けど、その前に聞いておくぞ。琴峰、あんた、なんでそんなことを知ってるんだ？竜道寺にアサシンがいるなんて、サーバントでもいない限りわからないことだろう。
No, he shouldn't know even if he does have a servant. Neither Saber nor Archer, Tosuka's servant, could tell.
なに、単純な話だ。私のランサーが竜道寺でアサシンに敗れた。奴が消滅する寸前の映像をマスターである私が回収したに過ぎん。
Just dropping that bomb right there. Then, the priest simply states something absurd.
私もマスターだと言った。お前も口にしたではないか。サーバントでもいない限りわからないと。いや、実にその通りだったな。だがそれも昨日までの話だ。ランサーは消滅し、私は今回の聖杯戦争におけるマスターではなくなった。お前たちの敵ではなくなったということだ。さて、話はそれだけか。ではお前の番だ。ここ数日、何と出会い何を見た？
The atmosphere becomes heavy in an instant. He doesn't allow me any questions. He wants answers. I have a lot of things I want to ask him, but I have to answer him first. In as much detail as possible, I recount what happened to me after making my contract with Saber 4 days ago. The story lasts for about 30 minutes. I haven't done much as a master. The information I provided is mostly useless. But the priest takes great interest in MAPO Zoken.
マト造剣。とうに老衰したかと思っていたが、未だに現役とはな。人の血をすする妖怪というのは本当だったか。
あのじいさんが人の血をすする妖怪？
そうだ。マトウの魔術は九州でな。6代前の魔術師であったマトウ造剣は際立った無質界だったと聞く。
Using bugs. That doesn't mean his familiar is a bug, right? Or another way to use bugs is...
待ってくれ。虫使いって、その虫を媒体にして毒を使うやつのことか。何百匹もの毒虫を壺に入れて最後まで生き残った虫で呪いを打つっていう。
いや、孤独の類ではない。もとより呪詛はマキリの専門外だ。彼らが行う魔術は必ず自らの肉体に成果が返るもの。呪いなど行っては相手と共倒れになるだろう。
じゃあ読んで字のごとく虫を使い魔にしてるってことか。
なあ、 魔頭造剣は他人の血を吸うだけの妖怪だ。人の血を吸うことで若さを保ち、肉体を変貌させ、数百年を生き抜いたというが、さて凛の父親の話ではすでに死にたい。白日のもとには出られないということだったが。
日の下に出られない。そういえば会った時はどっちも夜だったけど。
He sucks on people's blood to prolong his life. And he can't walk under the light of the sun. That's just like...
ことみね、魔頭造剣は吸血鬼なのか。
あれは吸血鬼というよりは吸血虫だよ。性質も性格も陰湿なナメクジだ。
And we will get the Nasuverse vampire lore dump whenever we play Tsukihime on the channel. Because that one is all about vampires. The lore of vampires in Tight Moon is really interesting. There's like a bunch of different types of them and stuff. He insults Zoken. It seems Kotomine really hates that old man. I do too. I get it.
数百年も生きてるって言ったな。じゃあ、あのじいさんもマスターだったことがあるのか。
いや、魔頭造剣がマスターだったことはない。奴は魔頭家の相談役のようなものだが、何分数百年と生きた妖怪だ。何か私たちが知らない方法でマスターになると。
じゃあマスターのいなくなったキャスターと契約しているのはもしかして。
さあ、だが気を許していい相手ではない。奴が表舞台に出てきた以上、確かな賞賛があってのことだろう。今回の魔頭のマスターはマキリにおける最悪の魔術王の呪語を受けているということだ。
Shinji said he hasn't given up, and he has the backing of Mato Zoken. He lost his command spell, but that old man might be able to give him a new servant.
参考になった。マキリのご老人が動いているのならば、この異常事態もうなずける。監督役として被害の拡大に備えるとしよう。
Kotomine nods to himself and relaxes.
監督役ね。昨日まで俺たちに隠れてマスターだった男が何を。
そう言うな。元より私に望みなどない。ランサーを得たのもより良い願望者に聖杯を与えたかっただけだ。
Liar!
それもここまでだがな。あとはマスター同士で決めることだ。
I don't know. He's weird.
ま、私的な意見を言わせてもらえば、お前かリン、そのどちらかに聖杯が与えられればいいと思っている。
You certainly have your own motivations, at least. I frown. The priest is serious. He just said that he doesn't need the Holy Grail. In fact, he clearly told me that he wants either Rin or I to obtain it.
なんでだよ。あんただってマスターになったからには聖杯が欲しかったんだろう。叶えるべき願いってのがあったんじゃないのか。
そうだな。望みはないが目的はあった。だがそれは聖杯で叶えるべきことではない。私の目的はそれほど真剣なものではないし、私本人が叶えても意味のないものだ。
A goal that is meaningless if he achieves it himself?
なんだよそれ。謎かけならよそでやってくれ。
老婆心のつもりなのだがな。私とお前は同じだ。明確な望みがない者同士、救いなど求めてはいない。故に少しでも早く気がつけば楽になれると思ったのだが。
I feel like he has grabbed my heart in his hand. The priest's words seep into my mind like a curse.
ことみね。お前。
I constrict my wavering eyes and glare at him. And then...
はい、麻婆豆腐お待たせある。
The second and third plates of MAPO tofu are placed on the table. Kotomine picks up his spoon. I'm sure of it. He ordered more servings beforehand. Our eyes meet. Kotomine stares at me with oppressive eyes and...
食うのか？
食べない。
I answer him with a straight face. I leave Ensaikan Taizan. They shortened the name. It was way, way longer before. I'm not gonna find it again. But it was way, way longer before. It's because Kotomine had no intention of talking anymore and started eating the MAPO tofu. As I leave the restaurant with heartburn...
エミヤ、私は戦いから降りた身だが、お前とリンは未だマスターだ。造剣は陰湿だぞ。せいぜい気をつけることだ。
The priest warns me as if it is someone else's problem. Interlude. Wind enters the damp room. From the open door come two sets of footsteps. One kicks the ground in a hurry, and the other is being led in as if pulled.
ほら、もう準備はできている。
Thump. A heavy sound echoes through the room. It is the sound of Mato Shinji, the one who came to this room in a hurry, pushing in the person he brought with him. There are marks made by something wriggling around on the floor of the secret room. Mato Shinji knows what these tracks are. These are from the strange creatures that his grandfather, Mato Zoken, raises. Mato Shinji pushes the person he led here into the center of the room.
ほら、嫌なことは早く済まそう。
He talks from the top of the stairs. The secret room is filled with signs of the creatures. An ordinary person would likely be overcome by terror the moment they entered this room. But this person is an exception. The things slither away from the person. Are they scared, or have they lost interest? The unseen creatures do not approach the figure. Their presence merely quivers around the figure.
新しい本を作ってくれよ。まだ2個残ってるはずだろ。
The presence in the room replies to his voice. The darkness undulates as if liking the order.
言う通りにすればすぐ帰っていいからさ。お前だってそうしたいんだろ。
There's no reply. The only sound in the room is the annoying cry of the worms.
いいかい？あいつとはいずれ戦うしかないんだ。これ以上わがままを言っていると。
Mato Shinji declares that she will have to fight that person herself. The person pushed into the room trembles. That is not allowed. The old man who Mato Shinji calls master will not allow it. But this person knows Shinji is not the type to follow his master's orders. He is filled with hatred towards Emiya Shiro right now. His mind no longer has the tolerance to accept no for an answer. The old man forced him away from battle out of concern for his life, but the concern itself is an unforgivable insult to him. A change occurs after a long silence. A figure appears in a flash of light. The presence of the creatures flees to the corners of the room like an ebbing tide. Even the unintelligent beasts understand how powerful the materialized woman is.
そうそう。あとは全部僕に任せればいいんだ。
Long hair and a slender, tall figure. The one clothed in all black is the servant called Rider.
今一度聞きましょう。シンジ、私を刺激するのは自らの身を守るためだけですね。
The black servant asks. She is looking up from the bottom of hell, from the preserve of the creatures.
ああ、何かと物騒だからさ。頼りになる護衛が欲しかったんだ。
Mato Shinji does not hide his joy of becoming a master again and spits out words covered with lies. It's almost 4 o'clock when I get out of the restaurant. I have no business in the shopping district, so all that's left is to go home. But Kotomine's story is not something I can ignore. Castor is still alive. People are still falling into unexplained comas. And I'm still surprised by how calm I was when I found out Kotomine was a master. Come to think of it, I never got along with him. I must have known instinctively that we would be in opposition. In any case, Kotomine lost his servant. Shiro, somebody's calling out to you. There are 3 masters remaining now. Assassin's Master, who seems to be at the Ryudo Temple, and Archer's Master, Tosaka. And...
何ぼーっとしてるのよシロ
Ilya jump scare. Berserker's Master, the girl in front of me right now.
イリアなんだよいきなり飛びかかってきてびっくりするだろう
何よいきなりじゃないもんさっきからずーっと呼んでるのにシロが気づかなかっただけじゃない
Oh. I thought I heard something, but could it be?
そのもしかして商店街からずっとか
Yes.
そうだよシロ難しい顔して歩いてるんだもん邪魔しないように後ろから呼びかけたのに無視してどんどん進んでいっちゃうんだから
いやそれは考え事をしてたからであってイリアを無視したわけじゃ
それに公園にだって来なかったわ私ずっと待ってたのに
Oh, she's right. We have a tacit understanding to meet there in the afternoon. How could I have forgotten just because I was talking with Kotomine?
すまん忘れてたごめんイリア
そう簡単に許してあげないんだから私本当に怒ってるんだからね
Ilya glares at me. What should I do? I can't blame her for getting mad, since I did forget our promise and make her wait. I have to show her my sincerity, so... I apologize because this is literally the first decision we've made. It's the only decision we're going to be making today. But, I am going to be making an executive decision here. And I will say, we invite her to my house as a guest. Yeah. I made her wait out here in the cold, so the least I can do is help her warm up again.
イリア提案がある
何よ簡単な言葉じゃ聞かないわよ
だから言葉じゃなくて態度で謝罪するイリア今からうちに来ないかそれなら温かいお茶とお菓子をご馳走できるんだけど
うちってシロのうち
他にないだろ今なら誰もいなあいやセイバーはいるけど絶対にイリアを襲わせない公園じゃなくてさたまにはゆっくりお茶飲むのもいいんじゃないか
確かにちょっといいかもしれないけどシロのうちにお邪魔していいのかない
いも悪いもないそれにほらこの前はイリアの城を見せてもらったし今度はこっちの番だって言っただろ
そうだねそう言った
She sounds like she's trying to convince herself. Then...
私シロのうちに行っていいのかな私はシロとキリツグを殺しに来たのよその私が
白のうちに上がっていいの？
Ilya asks me emotionlessly. I don't know how much meaning was put into those words. The Einsburn girl who came to kill my father. Her reason for pursuing Kiritsugu. Her reason for wanting to kill me. These things I already know. The man that betrayed Einsburn. Kiritsugu abandoned everything and started living in this town. I didn't know about all the sacrifices that made this life possible until I became a master. Ilya should not forgive Kiritsugu, and she really must want to kill me. I should invite her to my house despite that fact. No, more so because of it.
今はマスターも何も関係ない。俺はイリアに遊びに来てほしいだけだ。
I answer her while looking straight into her eyes. Ilya gasps, looks at me in astonishment, and... She hugs me with a big smile.
よし、ちょっとだけ待っててくれ、イリア。セイバーに話をつけてくれ。
I roll up my sleeves and glare at the entrance.
いってらっしゃい、シロ。頑張ってね。
Ilya waves her hand and cheers me on. All right, I have to persuade Saber no matter what.
お断りします。
Well, that didn't take very long.
いや、気持ちはわかる。セイバーの言いたいことはちゃんとわかってる。マスターを、しかもバーサーカーのマスターを自分の陣地にあげるなんて自殺行為だって言うんだろ。わかってる。そのあたりはちゃんとわかってるんだ。
いいえ、シロは分かっていません。相手はあのイリアスフィールですよ。彼女ほどのマスターならこの屋敷の欠点などいくらでも看破できますし、結界を壊すことさえ容易でしょう。にもかかわらずシロを自ら招き入れる。獅子心中の虫どころの話ではない。あなたは自ら毒薬を飲もうとしているのです。
Damn.
いや、イリアは何もしないって約束したんだ。それにバーサーカーだって連れてないし、日が落ちるまでは戦わないって。今のイリアはただの女の子なんだから、そこまで目くじら立てることはないと思う。
性別など関係ありません。だいたいシロは私に隠れてイリアスフィールと何をしていたのですか。あなたは彼女に殺されかかったのですよ。だというのに気にかけるなど、人がいいというよりバカですか、あなたは。
けど話してみるとイリアだっていいやつだぞ。あの子は善悪をまだ知らないだけで、ちゃんといいことと悪いことを教えてあげればだな。
甘い。アインツベルンのマスターの言葉を信じるというのですか、シローは。かの一族は聖杯を手に入れるためだけに存在するもの。約束など何事もなかったかのように破り捨てるに決まっています。
Saber, you have worked with the Einsburns before.
そんなことない。今のは言い過ぎだぞ、セイバー。イリアはイリアだ。アインツベルンがどんな奴らかは知らないが、一緒にして考えるな。
確かにその通りでした。シローの発言は正しい。
セイバー、それじゃあ。
まあ、あんな小声で主張されても説得力はありませんでしたが。
Well, it's just that Saber was that mad.
いいです。わかりました。今のままでは令状を使われかねませんから。シローが信じたイリアスフィールを私も信じるとしましょう。
セイバー。
ですが私は会いませんからね。イリアスフィールと対峙して私が冷静でいられるとは限りませんし、イリアスフィールとて私を前にしては身構えるでしょう。
なあ、そうだな。けどそれじゃあセイバーはどうするんだ。
以前使っていた客まで待機しています。万が一の時は駆けつけますから心配なさらずに。
すまないセイバー。でもこれはその。
分かっています。 あなたにキリツグと聖杯戦争の関係を話したのは私だ。ならばこうなることも覚悟しておくべきだったのです。
Saber lets out a sigh and goes to the guest room. I see. Saber was my father's servant in the last Holy Grail War. Then it's natural for her to know of the relationship between Kiritsugu and Ilya. Mm-hmm.
お邪魔します。ってここがシローのお家なんだ。
In contrast to her energetic voice, Ilya enters timidly.
じゃまずお茶にしよう。今に案内するからついてきてくれ。
あ、板張りの廊下だね。聞いてた通り、日本の建物だ。
Ilya looks around as she walks. I guess this Japanese style is unusual for her since she's living in a castle.
はい、お茶。紅茶にしようと思ったんだが、それじゃ芸がないし、イリアのお城のものにはかなわないから日本茶にしといた。あ、苦かったら薄めるんで言ってくれ。
I hand her the cup. I used the best tea I had, so it should taste good. The only potential problem is that it might be too bitter.
ありがとう、シロー。
She sits Japanese style and nervously takes a sip. Ilya freezes. I thought so. I was trying to be considerate, but I guess milk tea would have been better.
ごめん、苦かっただろ。入れ直すから無理しなくていいぞ。
そんなことないよ。
Ilya.
結構なお手前でした。
I don't know where she learned the manners, but Ilya bows. And she slowly starts to sip on the tea. Well, if she wants to drink it, I shouldn't stop her. The Japanese snack, on the other hand, seems to be well received, so I'll sit here and keep her company. Once we finish the tea, Ilya asks me if we can explore my house.
いいけど、別に面白いことなんてないぞ。
Shiro, your house is massive!
いいの、ただ見たいだけなんだから。魔術的な価値がないのは入った時に分かったし、シローは案内してくれるだけでいいよ。
That's her reply. So I end up giving her a tour. Of my home, but
思ったより狭いんだね。回廊のくせに片っぽはガラスだし、これじゃあ襲われた時に困るよ。これがシローの部屋？嘘よ、こんなとこに人なんて住めないんだから。ここが庭？日本の魔術師は大変ね。こんな猫の額ぐらいのガーデンじゃ何も育てられないじゃない。知ってる、ここ道場って言うんでしょ。おじいさまが言ってたもの。連中は裸足で切り合う野蛮人だって。
you know, somehow I'm not surprised at all that he said that.
いや、物置の中なんて見たくない。そういうところは使用人に任せておけばいいんだから。
No, he doesn't. She complains a lot, but it seems she's having fun.
ねえ、次はまだあっちの方行ってないよ。早く行こうしろ。
She urges me.
はいはい。じゃあ次は裏側な。ここ数年使ってないから汚れてるけど気にしないでくれ。
Ilya runs across the hallway in joy. But I don't know what she's so happy about, but I'm glad I'm showing her around if it's this fun for her. But Ilya must be getting tired as she loses her spirit halfway through the tour. Ilya silently looks around the rooms. Once we've seen everything, we return to the living room.
これで終わり。離れもあるんだけど、そっちは勘弁な。今はセイバーが寝てるから。
Ilya looks downcast.
そっか。これで全部なんだ。
イリア、どうした？疲れたのか？
うん。ちょっと疲れちゃった。だって、誰もいないんだもん。
She looks like a normal girl of her age. Ilya is acting like Ilya, and not like a strong master.
私、復讐に来たのに、その相手がもういないなんて、悲しいね。
She murmurs to herself, tears silently trickling down her face.
あれ、おかしいな。私泣いてるみたい。怖いことも悲しいこともなかったのに。
Ilya tilts her head in wonder, as if it's a really odd thing. There's probably a reason for it. Like she's just fully registering the fact that her father is dead. There's no one in this house. The target she has a grudge against. She only wanted to kill him, but the chance has been forever lost. Ilyasville von Einsburn. She has a reason to kill me and Kiritsugu. It's because...
行こう、シロ。そろそろ帰らないと日が暮れちゃう。夜になる前に別れないと戦いになっちゃうよ。
Oops. Ilya is smiling. What can I say back to her?
あ、そうだな。じゃあ公園まで送っていこうか。
シロ、ちゃんとレディーな扱い方分かってるじゃない。
She smiles innocently. Her silver hair fluttering behind her, Ilya runs to the front door as if nothing has happened. And I part with her for the third time. My legs are heavy on the way home. I slowly walk through the streets as if for the first time. I have so much to think about. Foremost in my mind, I'm finally realizing how important Ilya is.
おやし、俺はイリアを。
Should I fight her as a master? Or should I convince her to forfeit?
とりわけマキリとアインツベルンの執念は深い。奴らの祈願は500年と1000年だ。
That's what Kotomine said. Is there a way to separate Ilya from people who have sought the Holy Grail for so long? No, even before that. I have no idea how to quench her desire for revenge. I return to my house. The sun is about to set, coloring the town with its reddish glow.
よし、気を取り直していかないと。
I slap my cheeks. I'll have to deal with Shinji and Ilya sooner or later, but defeating Castor, the one still attacking the people in this town, takes priority now. I won't let an event like the one that took place 10 years ago take place again. That's why I decided to become a master and fight alongside Saber. I see Sakura's shoes. Considering the time, I bet Sakura's already back from her club.
ただいまってなんだ、さくら寝ちゃってるじゃないか。
Her club practice must have been tiring, as Sakura is sleeping in the living room. She must be exhausted, as she is lying on the floor rather than having her head on the table.
だよな。風邪気味だって言うのに学校と部活。おまけにうちの手伝いだもんな。さくら、頑張りすぎだ。
I go past the living room, trying not to wake her up. And I bring a blanket from my room.
ほら、毛布もかけないで寝たら また風邪ひくぞ。
I carefully drape the blanket over her. Then... She must be half asleep, as Sakura looks up at me with empty eyes. Her gesture is different. It's not the Sakura I know who stands and smiles in the kitchen wearing an apron. Her gesture is more erotic than I've ever seen on her.
さくら、毛布持ってきたけど。
Nervously, I try to explain myself. At that instant... Sakura's arms wrap around my neck. Her breath is near me. I'm intensely aware of her femininity, no matter how hard I try to ignore it. That's one way to put it, Shiro. I can't breathe or talk properly. Sakura is half asleep. You need only look at her eyes to see that. So I have to shake her off me. I have to get away from her, but... I can't take my eyes off of her. Her hair streams down her neck. Her lips let out a seductive sigh, and her... Having... No, I can't talk like this about Sakura. I said it before. She's like 9 years younger than me. Her hands tense up a bit. Our faces near each other. I'm entranced by her lips, unable to resist. My reasoning is frozen. Everything I've seen, or everything I've prohibited, everything I shouldn't have noticed, such boring senses are being destroyed.
Sakura.
My heart is pounding. The sound of the pounding heart fills my eardrums. My head empties out, and...
Shiro, 帰ってきたのですか?
Thank you, Saber! I jump back. I display speed and quick-wittedness I've never shown before and land on top of the table.
素晴らしい動きです。しかしシロ、テーブルの上に乗るのはどうかと思うのですが。
そうだな。ちょっと気が動転してた。
I slowly step down to the floor. Sakura is... Her hands are lowered and she's sleeping again.
シロ、顔が真っ赤ですが、何かあったのですか? 視線も落ち着かないようですし、気にかかることでも。
別に何でもない。それより道場に場所を変えよう。さくらを寝かせといてやりたいし、夕飯まで手合わせしたい。
うん、いい心がけです、シロ。昨日の休息で私の体調も万全ですし、今夜の戦いに備えるとしましょうか。
Saber heads to the dojo without questioning my suspicious behavior. I'm saved. I'm glad Saber didn't see us like that, but I'm more glad that I didn't do anything on the spur of the moment. If I'd done anything to Sakura while she was half asleep, I would kill myself out of shame.
けど先輩、稽古もいいですけど、ほどほどにしないとダメです。突き指でも大変なのに、指の骨が折れかかるなんて普通じゃないと思います。
さくら、もうちょっとゆっくり包帯巻いてくれ。頼む。
痛いのは当たり前です。こんな怪我してるのに放っておいたら腫れるに決まってるじゃないですか。これも天罰と思って諦めてください。
Sakura tapes up my middle finger. Her movements are quick and accurate. She must get lots of practice treating jammed fingers in the archery club. She's skillful, but isn't this a bit rough for Sakura?
それに、セーバーさんもセーバーさんです。先輩より上手なら、もう少しやりようがあるんじゃないですか？先輩、 体のところどころが腫れ上がってて、これじゃお風呂にも入れません。
さくら、言葉を返しますが、それはシローが望んだことです。私はシローの要求に応えたに過ぎない。それに今夜の怪我はシローにも責任がある。自分から手合わせを願ったというのに集中力が全くなかったのですから。
Saber glares at me in complaint. There's not much I can say when she puts it like that.
先輩、気分でも悪かったんですか？その不確かな気持ちのまま道場に入るなんて先輩らしくないですよね。
全くです。一体何に気を取られていたのですか、シローは。竹刀を握っても見ているのは空ばかりで気迫が全く感じられなかった。
いや、それはその。
The cause is standing right here in front of me, but there's no way I can say that. Just thinking about it makes my heart jump.
先輩、まだ痛いところがあるんですか？
Sakura looks at me with worry.
いや、もう大丈夫だ。食いすぎで胃がもたれただけだから、お茶でも入れてくれれば助かる。
I quickly move my face away from Sakura.
そうですね。それじゃあ食後のお茶入れてきます。
Sakura stands up to go to the kitchen. This is really bad for my heart. Her body is engraved into my mind, and I get conscious of her whenever she comes near me.
セイバーさん、お茶でいいですか？
はい、ぬるめでお願いします。
Sakura promptly brews some tea. Her gestures are supposed to be familiar, but I feel like I'm seeing them for the first time. Damn, why do I keep remembering it? There's something wrong with me, just like Saber said. Just looking at Sakura reminds me of how she looked earlier, and her soft lips. It's shameful. Sakura is an important underclassman and a family member to me, so why am I now conscious of her like this? Damn it. I know, I really do. Sakura is beautiful. I've been aware of it for quite a while now. But in spite of that, I acted as her senpai. I like Sakura. Having her around became normal for me before I knew it, and I've found it to be a great comfort. But it's always been a different sort of affection. I've never wanted to embrace Sakura. I knew she was a girl, but I've never viewed her as someone of the opposite sex. But now, I'm beginning to think that it's not that I never viewed her as a girl, but that I was trying not to view her as a girl.
先輩、どうぞお茶入りました。
ああ、サンキュー、さくら。
どういたしまして。先輩も夕食ご苦労様でした。
Sakura smiles happily. Seeing her smile makes me happy as well. It seems she really liked the pork meatloaf with egg and vegetables. Sakura hands the tea to Saber as well and sits down. Saber must enjoy tea as she receives it with satisfaction.
いただきます。しかしタイガはどうしたのでしょうね。ここのところ彼女の姿はあまり見ませんが。
え、なあ、藤姉ならさっき連絡があって今夜は来れないって。詳しくは聞けなかったけど病院を回るとかなんとか言ってた。
そうですか。タイガはシローのくせに詳しいですから、もう少し話が聞きたかったのですが、仕方ありません。シローの強化は次の機会にするとしましょう。
もしかして昨日と今日の稽古はまだ序の口だったのかな。
当然です。今までの鍛錬は単に今のシローができることを体で知ってもらっただけですから、シローの特性を生かした生存方法を考慮するのはこれからです。
そうか、ハードっぽいなそれ。
厳しいというのであれば厳しいですが、そもそも今までの鍛錬は準備運動に過ぎません。
うわ。
Are you serious? I don't know if I should be thankful or not that Fujine isn't coming tonight.
何ですか今のため息は。シロ、これはあなたのためになることであって。さくら。
Saber looks at Sakura. I follow her gaze. Hey. Sakura's breathing painfully.
Sakura!
I run to her and shake her shoulders.
先輩、何でしょうか。
バカ、なんでしょうかじゃないだろう。お前、また俺たちに黙って無理よ。
No, she's not. She looks healthy, her shoulders aren't hot, and she's just looking up at me in wonder.
あれ、今さくらが苦しそうにしてたから。
違いますよ。私、ちょっと寝ちゃってただけです。
Sakura smiles in embarrassment.
脅かすな。昨日の今日なんだ。風がぶり返したと思っただろ。
すみません。今日は一日中眠くて、気を抜くとまぶたが落ちちゃうんです。
そっか。まあ夕方も寝てたしな。疲れてるならもう休んでいいんだぞ。後片付けは俺がやっとくから。
はい、そうですね。それじゃあお言葉に甘えて先に失礼させてもらいます。
Sakura bows and exits the living room. She's walking steadily, so I guess she's just short on sleep, like she said. The moon darkens. The clouds, blown by the strong wind, hide the white moon. We go outside, careful not to wake Sakura. It's 11 o'clock. We decided to start patrolling earlier to make up for yesterday. The town has continued to suffer while my guard was down after Castor's defeat. If Castor is still alive and collecting energy from people, I have to defeat her for sure tonight. We descend the hill to the intersection. The question is where to go from here.
シロ、サーバントの気配です。
それ、近いのか、セイバー。
距離的には問題ありません。シロの足を考慮しても全力で追跡すれば5分ほどで追いつけます。マスター、指示を。
Saber is asking me if we should follow them or stay here and keep watch. I don't even need to think about it.
行くぞ。先導してくれ、セイバー。
Saber starts to run. She heads east. It seems she is heading to the big bridge connecting Miyama City and Shinto. The instant I step into the park, the abnormal presence makes me feel like vomiting. The air is polluted here. The stench of rot and decay seeps into my nose. My gastric juice is regurgitated just by standing here. The discomfort and the dizziness almost break my mind.
シロ、あれを。
I suppress my nausea and look. There.
エミヤ君？
Stand Tosaka and Archer, with their backs to us.
どうやら新手が来たようじゃな。
And that old man, Matozo-ken. I understand the situation right away. Tosaka is fighting Matozo-ken. I see dozens of something so small that I can't distinguish it around Tosaka. Tosaka's servant Archer has many more around him. It seems Matozo-ken used those things to attack them.
おう、誰かと思えばセーバーのマスターか。いやはや、これはしたり。助っ人を用意しておくとは当社家の娘にしては頭が回る。
そんなわけないでしょ。あんたを押さえつけて白状させるのなんて私とアーチャーだけで十分よ。あそこにいるのはただの観客。私とは関係ないんだから。
profession. Tosuka keeps glaring at Mato Zoken, but her back is...
あんた何やってんのよ。こんな時にやってくるなんて死にたいの。
harshly scolding me.
シロ、
分かってる。今は遠坂たちと争ってる場合じゃない。
Just as how Tosuka does not look away from that old man, I'm feeling danger from him. A monster said to have survived by sucking people's blood. A descendant of Makiri who tried to obtain the Holy Grail and made Shinji into a master. There's no way such a guy would just stand there and not do anything.
隠しておきたかったが仕方あるまい。わしとてサーバントを2体敵に回しては生き残れんからの。
He makes a sound with his cane. The instant it strikes the bricks beneath the old man's feet. Someone we already defeated appears to protect him.
キャスター。くそ。本当にまだ残っていやがったのか。
シロ、下がって。あれはキャスターですが、キャスターではありません。外装能力はそのままですが、意志である魂を感じない。あれはキャスターの死骸を別のもので補っただけの模造品です。
Saber steps forward. In her hand is the invisible sword.
ほう、さすがはセイバー。一目でわしのからくりを見抜きおったが、いやはやこれでは信じ程度のライダーがかなわんのも道理。キャスターもなすすべなくお主に敗れたように、そこなアーチャーとてお主の敵ではあるまい。
向上はそれだけか。我らを測った罪だけではない。敵同士とはいえ、キャスターとてサーバントに選ばれた英霊だ。その亡骸をもてあそぶからには相応の覚悟があるのだろうな。
さて、わしは使われなくなったものを拾っただけよ。それを下道というのなら構わんがな、セイバー。それではお主の行く末はその下道にも劣ってしまうぞ。何しろその身は最高のサーバント。ならばこのようなムクロよりお主を屈服させるが最上じゃ。その体を我が虫どもに食わせ、そこなムクロと同じ命運をたどらせよ。
No, you won't.
貴様、
何を憤る。所詮サーバントなど主の道具、どのように刺激するかなど問題ではあるまい。霊樹で縛られるも死してなお使われるも同じ。ならば心ない人形と化すがうぬらのためであろう。
I will be right back again. I apologize. I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, I am back once again. Sorry about that. The two servants charge. Saber and Archer charge at the laughing monster as if they planned the attack. Two blades slice through Castor. The match was decided from the start. Castor cannot defeat Saber. Even with MAPO Zoken's control, that fact has not changed. Castor's magic does not reach Saber, and Saber finishes off the enemy she defeated before. Castor's body begins to disintegrate. Saber stands by and watches it until the end, to ensure that it completely disappears, to ensure that her body will not be violated again.
Acha!
It's Tosuka's voice. MAPO Zoken has disappeared. He sacrificed Castor in order to make his escape. But that is why Saber took care of Castor. Archer ignored her completely, pursued the controller, and cut MAPO Zoken's body in half. Zoken's upper body falls to the ground. A dragging sound. Even though blood and entrails are spilling from his bisected body, the old man still lives. He crawls across the ground with his arms, trying to get away from Archer.
終わりだ、魔術師。過去からの経験でな、お前のような妖物は早めに処理することにしている。
Archer raises his short sword above Zoken. This is the end. No matter how immortal MAPO Zoken may be, he will die once his head is crushed, and he is almost dead already. It is not like he has self-healing powers like the servants, and his horrific wound is taking him closer to death by the second. But, unwilling to take any chances, Archer kills the Magus with his short sword. No, he tries to kill Zoken and stops. It's not only Archer who felt it. Everybody here does. Tosuka and Saber. Archer and I. Even MAPO Zoken, hovering on the edge of death, trembles at its appearance. Darkness covers the park. The damp air freezes in an instant. My heart is beating at a higher pitch, but the rate is slower. Something bad is close by. So I have to run away. I can't concern myself with that thing. My body understands it instinctively, yet it refuses to move. It's meaningless to run away. My body knows that I can't escape. I move my trembling body and turn my numb neck. I look towards the entrance of the park. There. Stands the shadow. Space is distorted. I want to believe it's just my imagination, a product of the disordered sense of balance caused by extreme tension. I've never seen anything like it. It's insubstantial, as if a shadow suddenly stood up. Its existence is so light that it could be blown away, and yet its presence dominates this place. It lacks intelligence or reason, and it probably is not even alive. The black shadow stands there like a mirage. So... why do I find it so familiar?
Arien.
I hear a hoarse voice. The only one able to speak here happens to be the dying old man.
Arien. Arien. Arien.
He crawls while screaming. Mato Zoken pulls himself away from Archer and out of the park. It's not that Zoken had that much strength left. It's just that fear of the shadow drove him. Nobody is able to move. Tosaka and I stand still, transfixed by fear. Even Saber and Archer seem entranced. It's like a deep-sea monster. The shadow sways in the silent world where everything is still. And it shows something like a will for the first time. It lacks eyes, limbs, or a body, yet it still casts a shadow at its base. Outlined by the moonlight, the shadow begins to stretch and elongate. Like a snake that has found its prey, it points at Tosaka, and oblivious to the change, Tosaka does not move. Saber is too far away. Archer has started running, but he is too far away to make it in time. The shadow lashes out. Without showing any sign, the shadow abruptly covers tens of meters, and
Osaka, aburai!
I frantically push Tosaka aside. I can't hear her voice. The instant I push Tosaka away, something engulfs me. A splashing sound and a sensation of something trying to crush my body. My presentiment wasn't wrong. Water has come crashing in around me, and I am now sinking into the sea. But it's hot. This seawater is too hot. Boiling coal tar. It sticks to my skin and cuts off my life, and I don't feel like I'm in the sea. I feel sick. I feel sick. It's wrong. 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 Rabbit's corpse. One eye missing. Rotten, soft, and fresh. Forced into my mouth. Rabbit's corpse smears my esophagus. A clear sensation of eating a life. Life is life, even if it's rotten. It's real. I can't taste this with cooked food. It feels good. There's no taste, but I'm forced to eat it as long as it is in front of me. A popular place. A big line. A place that will eat rabbits. There's only one clerk. I could not read that fast enough. I didn't click ahead, it just did that.
Emiya-kun?
I wake up. My body is hot. My nausea isn't fading. My head is shaking, and I can't even stand up by myself.
目が覚めた？大丈夫？私がわかる？
She slaps my cheeks.
わかる。こんな時に人を平手打ちすんのは間違いなく遠坂だ。
よかった。減らず口を言えるなら大丈夫ね。
That was just my honest opinion right now.
バカ、何笑ってるのよ。言っとくけど、礼は言わないわよ。あんな真似は二度としないで。助けてもらった相手に死なれたら、借りを返すこともできなくなる。
She glares at me. But Tosaka is still rubbing my back with one hand and holding my hand in the other to check my temperature.
遠坂、変なのはどうした？
消えたわ。エミヤくんが影の上に立って倒れたと思ったらもういなかった。あれ自身はあっちの方からやってきたみたいだけど。
Tosaka looks southwest and grits her teeth.
そうか。けど俺、随分と長く変なのに絡まってた気がするんだけど。
本当？あなたが私を突き飛ばしてから今まで10秒も経ってないわよ。その証拠にほら。
シロ。
Saber runs up to me.
またあなたは無茶な真似をして。
Saber supports me and pulls me away from Tosaka.
離れなさい、アーチャーのマスター。それ以上我がマスターに近寄るのなら敵対行為とみなします。
何？もしかして私も敵？
当然でしょう。あなたはマスターでありアーチャーを連れている。 何のつもりでシロがあなたをかばったかは知りませんが、みすみす我が主に近づかせることはできない。
Saber glares at Tosaka. Crap, I guess I never told Saber about our current truce.
いや違うんだセイバー。遠坂とは今休戦中でキャスターを倒すまで。
シロ、しっかり気をつけて。
だから遠坂は敵じゃない、そういう約束なんだ。
Oh geez, the overexposed colors. It looks like a tumbler at it.
わかりました。あなたがそう言うのなら彼女とは争いません。ですから
悪い、正直もう喋れ。
I endure the nausea and chill that tries to get me unconscious. I have to get home before I faint. I have to stay conscious until then.
助かったか。ま、本体に触れたわけでもなし、実体のあるものなら怒りを移された程度だろう。
Archer approaches. Archer is expressionless even though Zoken got away, and he is the only calm one here.
アーチャー、あなたは今の影が何者か知っているのですか？
さてな。だがこれで一つはっきりした。キャスターなきゃ町の人間から魔力を吸い上げているのは今の影だろうよ。
He answers as if he's not interested. Then Archer looks down at me, lying on the ground.
どうやら支援を優先できる状況ではなくなったようだ。そうだろ、エミヤシロ。
え？
あれが何であるかはお前の直感が正しい。サーバントとして召喚されたというのに、結局はあれの相手をさせられるというわけだ。
アーチャー、あなたは一体。
そうか、君はまだ守護者ではなかったな。ではあの手の類と対峙したことはなかろう。まったくいずこにいようとやることに変わりがないとはな。
The knight in red beckons Tosaka to go. But right before they leave,
いや、そう悲観したものではないか。まだことは起きていない。後始末にとどまるか、その前に型をつけるのか。今回は摘み取れる可能性がまだ残されているのだから。
he looks up at the sky and murmurs these words. It switches off and on. The heat permeates my body and I don't feel like I'm walking. Is it because someone told me this is like a disease? It feels like plagued maggots are filling my whole body.
先輩。
I can't tell dream and reality apart. I feel like I'm already asleep and trying to go back to my room.
さくら、睡眠中ではなかったのですか？
どいてください。そんな支え方じゃ先輩が辛くなる。
いえ、これは私が任されたことです。それに何らかの病だとしたらあなたにまで移ってしまう。
そんなことを言ってるんじゃありません。セイバーさん、あなたと先輩が何をしているのかは知りません。聞いても答えてもらえないことだって分かっていますから、問いただすこともしませんでした。けどあなたが来てから先輩は毎日辛そうでした。それだけならよかったのに、今夜は怪我をして帰ってきたんです。
さくら、それは。
セイバーさんの事情は知りませんけど、もう少しうまいやり方があるんじゃないですか。それができないって言うなら、せめて先輩を巻き込むのはやめてください。
I return to my room. It feels like someone is next to me, putting me to sleep. A voice is whispering in my ear, but I can't make out the words. Did it apologize? It's my fault? Did it apologize? I'm sorry. Whatever the words are, they're the last thing I hear. My consciousness fades as soon as I lie down. The scene keeps squirming like insects until the very end. And we're not done quite yet.
じゃ、まったね。
She slurs her words as she sees off her friends. There's no one around, and the rotary is completely still. Did her friend get the last taxi, or are they just avoiding this place for some reason? The station, which used to be filled with light and people, is now just a group of lifeless buildings.
ま、こんな日もあるか。
She heads home, still slightly drunk. It doesn't matter if there's no taxi or if the last train is out. Her apartment is close by. Her friends live 3 stations away, so she always walks home by herself after seeing them off. The rotary is quiet even though it's still before midnight, and she starts home like always. So, when did it turn into something that's not like always? The desolate town, the pitch-black back alleys, the chill emanating from the dark shadows. Formless unease assails her.
ちょっと、誰かいるの?
She turns around. The only thing following her is her cold and silent silhouette. She walks faster. Staying here is dangerous. She doesn't believe she's overthinking. Nobody is following her. First of all, she doesn't have the sense to realize it even if she is in danger. She is only human after all.
ちょっと、何よ、これ。
But she can't stop shivering. The unpleasant presence gets stronger. This is just like the times she woke up at night as a child. She would wake up to go to the bathroom, but would sense someone crouching in the corner. Instead of moving, she would pretend to be asleep until morning came. This unease is how she felt then, as if the whole world has abandoned her. She's running now. She's not taking her usual route home. The road in front of her is dangerous. The roads she usually takes home are all dark. Instinctively seeking the safest way, she's running before she knows it. When did the quick trot turn into an all-out dash? She understands that it's silly to be scared of something she cannot see, but she is unable to stop herself. She runs like a dog. Her throat is dry, but strangely, she isn't sweating. The town at night. The series of accidents with unknown causes. Desperately, she tells herself that it's not the work of a serial killer. There's no one around. Tonight, of all nights, the place is empty. Is that why this seems like it's happening to somebody else? The familiar town is like an imitation in a mirror that will never find her. And she arrives at the final destination.
おかしいな。どうして?
Did she come to this place?
何してんだろう、私。
Something is very funny. Something's funny, so sounds of laughter come from her throat as if from someone else. She's merely running. Her usual route home seemed too dangerous, so she ran along the roads that felt safer to her, and... Finally, she realizes that there is no place to run.
Ugh.
Worms. 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 Some appear from between the grasses. Some fall down from the tree branches. The first one drops on her right eye, and it uses the snout larger than her eyeballs to crawl into her eye socket. The scream is not heard. She crumples to the ground. Pain shoots through her heels. It hurts. It hurts as if they've been chopped off with an axe. Since that's impossible, she tries to move her toes, only to find that she can't feel them. In its place, many new things enter her body from the cut heel. She tries to see what they are with her remaining left eye. Ugh. She cannot see what they are anymore. Indescribable horrors swarm over her body. Her mind somehow does not see what they are eating. The worms dive in. When she was small, she once saw maggots swarming on a sponge. This is just like that. Although inchworms chewing through an apple might be a more apt comparison. But the realistic image and the scene before her do not seem related. Because such things cannot be. Such things cannot be happening to her. It's almost midnight. She has to hurry home, ready the bath, ouch, laugh off all the fatigue, that hurts, let her hair dry, it hurts, watch some videos, return to her room, it hurts, she wants to return to her room, return, please stop, stay up till 3 o'clock, it really hurts, anything, please stop, it hurts. Wake up with an alarm clock, go back, it hurts, go back to work, go back.
会社に部屋に戻りたいのにどっか行け違うって言ってるでしょやめてよお願いします私を部屋に返してください俺があんたたちもうやだ何勝手に私の
The meal ends in under 5 minutes. It was too gruesome a scene to be called a meal, but if one defines having a meal as absorbing nourishment, then this was certainly a meal. Ugh. The lying body stands up. The female body has turned into an old man's body.
こればかりはいつになっても慣れんものだ。
A hoarse voice echoes through the park. The worms have disappeared. They have finished their meal and have returned to their nest, the old man's body. In other words, they've replaced the woman's body, the one they fed on. Someone else is watching the spectacle. Between the crisscrossing tree branches, a white mask is floating. The mask made from human skull is smiling like a buffoon. The owner of the mask does not even need to be mentioned. It is the seventh servant, the one born from within the fake servant. He is the heroic spirit who defeated Lancer, assassin.
器用なものだ。先ほどの体も元より借り物だったということか。
おう、見ておったのかアサシン。そうよ。わしの肉体はとうの昔に滅び去っておる。こうしてすでに出来上がっている体に寄生するだけの老いぼれでな。他の者どものように日の元に出られる体ではない。
The laughing figure is indeed Mato Zoken. It took him a few minutes to attack and take over a woman's body. The speed is incredible, even for a master magus.
そうか。元の体などどうでもよい。単に一人分の肉が必要なだけなのだ。そうして得た肉を好みの形に作り上げるわけか。どのみち中身は虫どもなのだ。 人間としての機能は虫どもが果たす。まさに擬態よな。
ほほう、わずか1日で饒舌になったではないか、アサシ。その様では己が望みを思い出したか。
無論我は同じ望みを持つ召喚者にのみ呼び出される。魔術師殿の不死への渇望がこの身を招いたのだ。だが
The black shadow wavers. The emotionless skull stares at the aged magus.
いささか疑問が生じた。魔術師殿はすでに不死。その年月も500を超えよう。はっは。
The old magus lets out a cry. Who would know that the cry is not a laugh, but a cry of anger? Yes, Mato Zoken is almost immortal. He will live as long as there are bodies to infest and his soul remains alive. But there is only pain. Mato Zoken does not wear his current form by choice. Turning his body into something inhuman and mimicking human form, there is a limit to this magic. It is like a machine. A machine can run forever in theory, but its parts rust over time. Parts rust, cogwheels slide out of place, programs become obsolete.
いやいや、わしは不死ではないぞ、アサシ。わしの体は腐る。何度新しい肉体を得ようと腐る。何をしようと腐っていくのだ。この新しい肉体とてすでに腐敗が始まっている。生きたまま自身が腐っていくこの不快と屈辱。自らが人ではなく虫なのだと受け入れる絶望といえば分かってもらえるかな。
なぜ腐る？虫どもでは真っ当な肉体を作れないのか。
そのようなことはないぞ。虫どもは生きがいいからな。わしは永遠に生き続ける方法、人間としてとどまれる方式としてこの延命法を選んだつもりじゃ。
ますますわからぬが、完全な肉体維持を選んでおいてその始末なのか。そもそもなぜ外見を老人に模す。肉を粘土のようにこねるのならいかようにも姿は変えられよう。
良い質問じゃ。ではトウが元の肉体を完全に失った者が自らの力だけでかつての自分を復元するとしよう。その場合、肉体を元の形に戻すものは何だと思う？
肉体は己の肉体を記録している。肌がそげ、肉が落ちようとかつての姿に戻るのは肉体そのものに設計図があるからだ。
うん、遺伝子に記録された構成図じゃな。だがわしの場合は違う。そも自身の構成を記録していた肉体そのものを失ったのだ。設計図をもって肉体を復元することはできん。その場合、自己を覚え元通りの形にするものは何だと思うね。
It is obvious. The soul. It is not the law of the physical world, but something of the higher order, the record of all the bodies within the concept of the astral world. Yes, if one has the soul, one should be able to reconstruct their body even if the original body and genes have been lost. So in other words, this old magus is...
なるほど。自身の魂だけを生かし、肉体は生きている者たちから摂取する。それが魔術師殿の不死の正体か。故に他の姿にはなれない。魔術師殿が存命させているものは肉体ではなく魂。故に魂以外の姿は形作れないと。
当然であろう。わしとて好き好んで老人の体を得ているわけではないわ。よいか、わしはこの姿しか作れんのだ。それも定期的に変えねば腐り落ちる不出来なものよ。かつては一度の取り替えで54年活動したわしが、 今では数ヶ月に一度取り替えねば存命できぬ。その賠償さ、腐敗する苦しみが誰に理解できようか。間違えるな今代のアサシンよ。そのようなものを二度と不死と称するでない。
Irritation can be heard in the voice of the old Magus. It has been 3 days since Assassin's summoning. He finally sees the true nature of his summoner.
納得がいった。つまり腐っているのは肉体ではなく、
そう、魂が腐っておる。時間の蓄積は幽体にさえ影響を及ぼすのだ。故にわしの体は腐る。構成図である魂が腐っていては肉体が腐り落ちるのも当然であろう。
故に聖杯を求めるのか。憤るわけよな。その永遠、生地永久を知らぬ者よりつらかろう。
そうだとも。わしの体は腐るのだ。その苦しみ、骨の髄まで侵す毒から解放されねばならん。そのための聖杯、そのための死なない体よ。そうだ、わしは死にたくない。まだ生きていたい。この世から消えてなくなるなど考えるだに恐ろしい。それから逃れるために何百年と生き、腐敗から逃れるために何千という肉を食らい続けた。わかるか、山の主よ。わしはこの虫と化した自身が恨めし、わしだけが腐ることが恨めし、人として当然のように正しい肉体を授かる虫どもが恨めしいのだ。
Dude, you did this to yourself. The white mask looks down at the rotting old man. How can he say that he hates humans that live peacefully? It was his spell he used to escape that peaceful life that gave him this pain. The unending torment of this Magus, the decay that melts his bones and flesh, is the result of his own action. But the pain overrides such trivial matters as blame. It must not matter who is evil or what the cause is, because this is just a speculation. But Matozoken must be insane already. The pain and fear of experiencing one own's decomposition must be unbearable for normal human beings. Nobody should be able to endure it, no matter how strong their mind may be. Because one will die. The body dies if it rots for over an hour. But 200 years! Only this old Magus would understand how rotten the mind is of somebody who has his body rotting away. Matozoken has gone insane. No matter his mental state, if there is nobody in the world who can identify with him, he will be labeled insane.
数百年の妄念か。私には理解できぬが。
The old man's monologue can be summarized in one sentence. He does not want to die. He does not want to die. In short, he does not want to die. Chad, I think he doesn't want to die. It is merely that a wish anyone would have became clear for this man. He sacrificed many people, clinging to the simple yet foolish wish. He prepared many things and sacrificed people to obtain the Holy Grail. No. This old Magus's very existence is made possible by those sacrifices. That is reason enough for the masked assassins to pledge his loyalty.
理解できぬが、魔術師どもはこの私のマスターにふさわしい。よかろう。人として扱われなかった者同士、共に永遠を目指すとしよう。
The skull waits. The servant in a black coat bows to the rotting old Magus. And on that disgusting note, that horrifying note, we are done with day 7. which means we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. So next week we are gonna be getting into day 8, which is, oh boy, some big things are gonna be happening in day 8, so make sure to tune in for that. Tomorrow we are playing some Grand Blue Fantasy. We're doing the Festival of Falling Flame event. And Sunday, we're playing Sonic Adventure 2. So, thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight, and I hope to see you all next time.